Pithy, concise and full of meaning. Oh man, do I love myself a pithy quote or platitude. To me, little platitudes, those little quotes that we all kind of collect, are really pieces of wisdom given to us from previous generations going back 1,000 years. And they're like little gifts to you. Now, iGeneration kids won't get it. Boomers already got it. So everybody get it, got it, good. Quote number 1. All genuine knowledge originates in direct experience. So it was in the late 80s that I heard that quote through pretty sure it was a car commercial. Just one time, loved that quote and wanted to hear it again, and it never came around again. And it was a couple years later that I read that there was kind of some controversy about that quote, didn't know why there was controversy. Finally went and looked up the quote years later, because there was no internet back then. And yes, it was a controversial person that said it. You can go Google it yourself and find out, but it is still a good quote. So if there's a pan sitting on the stove and someone tells you that pan is hot, well, how hot is it? What does that heat feel like? What's the texture of that handle? How hot can it get? The handle's red. How hot is that? You will never know how hot that pan is unless you go and touch it yourself. Nobody telling you that it's hot is as good as your own direct knowledge, figuring out, that pot is really hot. What does really hot mean? I'm not going to tell you. Go put your hand on a hot pot. Number 2, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. This quote reminds me so much of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So here's teen Arnie living in rural Austria, and they show a little black and white film strip of America in class, and he goes like, oh, I want to go live there. Forget rural Austria. I'm going to go move to America. But he had no idea how he was going to do that. So he studied American culture, and he said, you know what they do? They do bodybuilding. I'm going to go be a bodybuilder. And that's exactly what he did. Went to the gym, bulked up, entered competitions, caught the eye of the muscle magazines out of England until they said, hey, Arnold, we want you to go to Florida and enter this competition down there. He said, well, I'll do it. Got there, won the competition, and never went back. And once he got there, well, then he set himself some new goals. I want to be in the movies. Got himself more perfectly bulked up, got himself connected to people who were involved in movies. Opportunities presented themselves. Now he's in movies. Well, you know what I want to do next? I want to do politics. Got himself prepared for that, became the governor of California. Was he flawed? Yes. Did he make mistakes? Oh, heck yes. Some juicy flaws? Some really juicy flaws, Arnold. But you know what? He set his mind to it, got himself worked out, and the opportunities appeared. If you have something you want to do, you just prepare yourself as if it's going to happen, and you'll be amazed at doors that just like magically open. Quote number 3, if a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing badly. What? What does that mean, to do something badly? I don't get that. Here's what doing something badly means. If you have a hobby or an interest, something that you want to do it. Don't fear failure. I have myself stumbled, fallen literally on my face, made botched garments, forgotten my lines, but the joy in life is doing those things. The moments are right there. If you fear those, you're going to sit in your little safe harbor where there are no waves and do nothing with your life. The other thing that you have to watch out for in doing things badly is there are people that do things very, very well. You'll look at them and go like, well, I can't ever be that good. I couldn't even be half that good. Why should I even try? Do it. Do it. You will have so much enjoyment in just the activity. You've got to let go of your ego, let go of your pride, and just do it. Number 4, 80% of success in life is showing up. Well, here's another controversial person that you can Google and find out yourself who said that. It's still a good quote. So just showing up in life creates amazing opportunities. Do you know what the number 1 predictor of college success is? It's not your GPA. It's not your SAT. It's not your parents' education level. It's not your parents' income level. It's not the classes you took in high school. It is your high school attendance record. Showing up, being a responsible, dependable person makes opportunities just appear. Years ago, I auditioned for my first play. I think it was Lysistrata. Oh, God, I was terrible. I'm still terrible. But it was thrilling for me to be in a play, woohoo! And I had like a little minor female role. Well, the roles above me, the women they just wouldn't show up. They'd just blow off rehearsal. They'd wash out. They'd quit, whatever. And I got bumped up and up and up until nearly the lead role. Terrifying and thrilling. But those are the opportunities that present themselves when you just show up, when people recognize you as a responsible person, an enthusiastic person who wants to do what you've been asked to do. Just show up. Number 5, experience varies directly with equipment ruined. Ruined equipment. Oh, nobody wants to ruin their equipment. What is equipment? It's your nice, clean rugs. It's your brand new tennis shoes or your roller skates. It's your fancy new watch or your coat. It's your things. Not only things, it's your ego, and it could even be your heart. If you want to gain experience in this life, you've got to test those things. You've got to break those things. You've got to wreck your equipment. Who wants to end up in life, at the end of life, with their fancy new tennis shoes, never having used them? Go out there and break your equipment. Today is day 22,395. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.